Good evening, and welcome to the Spring 2026 Phi Theta Kappa Induction Ceremony. My name is Sarah Lacey, and I am a student and Phi Theta Kappa officer here at MCC. On behalf of the Phi Theta Kappa advisors and officer team, we are honored and excited to have the opportunity to formally introduce these students as members of such an elite society. I also want to take this time to thank you, family, friends, and faculty in advance for allowing these Phi Theta Kappa students to be active in PTK. We would also like to extend special thanks to the universities that are here tonight for our college transfer fair. The purpose of Phi Theta Kappa is to recognize and encourage the academic achievement of two-year college students and to provide opportunities for individual growth and development. If nothing else, PTK allows students to receive an automatic scholarship around $8,000 to $10,000 a year to many senior universities across the state and around the country. Our chapter at Meridian Community College is the Nu Upsilon chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. This chapter was chartered January 12th, 1965. We have been a 5-star chapter for 18 consecutive years. Our chapter has been recognized as a top 100 chapter in the nation. We have received awards for being in the top 10 in Honors in Action, College Project, and Most Distinguished Chapter in our region. We will travel to Mississippi State University on Thursday for our regional gala, and we can't wait to see what recognitions we will receive for this academic year. Our officer team has received a Most Distinguished Officer Team Award, which is an international PTK recognition. We take pride in our chapter and work very hard to make sure every year is better than the last. However, it's not all about the awards. We take even more pride in impacting our campus and community. Currently, we participate in Adopt a Highway, breast cancer awareness. More specifically, we initiated and implemented Meridian's first annual Street Strut for Breast Cancer in October of 2009, an event that we still annually hold, this past year holding it right here on campus, and we are excited to do that again. And we have established a Courtyard of Scholars right here on campus, and we are enjoying the recent renovations. These are just a few of our service projects. As you can see, we are continuously searching and planning new and exciting ways to make an impact on our campus and in our community. We are glad to have this group of students join us. Again, welcome and thank you for joining us for this special occasion.
Please bow your heads for the prayer. Dear Lord, I pray for the students here today to thank you for the gifts you have given them. I pray that you lead them through college and set them on the right path you have for them. I pray for the parents here today and the faculty and staff as they support these students in their academic careers. Thank you for the provisions you have given these students to pursue academic excellence. I ask for your hedge of protection over anyone and everyone in here today. I ask this all in your name. Amen.
Dr. Tom Huebner has been described in many ways throughout his career as an energetic instructor, an inspiring professor, a trusted mentor, and a visionary leader. A native of Kansas City, Missouri, Huebner earned a bachelor's degree in communication in English from Southwest Baptist University in Belvoir, Missouri, a master's degree in speech communication from the University of Georgia, and doctorate in communication from the University of Southern Mississippi. He also graduated from the University of Alabama Community Leadership Academy. An educator for more than 30 years, Huebner began his professional career in 1990 at Southwest Baptist University as an instructor and assistant director of speech and debate. His first experience in Mississippi began in 1994, where he became an instructor of communication and director of speech and debate at William Carey University in Hattiesburg. At Carey, Huebner progressed from instructor to assistant professor to Director of Administration and Recruiting. Huebner's ascent into higher education administration really began at Carson Newman University in Jefferson City, Tennessee. In the early 2000s, as he moved consecutively from assistant professor and director of speech and debate to become a dean of administration, vice president of enrollment management, and vice president of student affairs, moving to Shelton State Community College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama in 2010, Huebner was responsible for all student services of the college and began the pursuit of presidency. Just 5 years later, he was named president of East Mississippi Community College. During his tenure at EMCC, the community college received various awards and recognition. Dr. Thomas Huebner became the third president of Meridian Community College on July 1st, 2018. Since arriving at Meridian Community College, Huebner has set the ground running. In addition to leading efforts to tell the MCC story and elevate the presence of the institution, he has worked to secure multiple grants, including substantial awards for advanced manufacturing, as developed relationships with industry and educational partners, moved the college to develop a number of new industry-relevant programs, renovated campus facilities, implemented a new strategic planning process, and has received International Phi Theta Kappa recognition for the President's Paragon Award and Shirley B. Garden Award. He was named top 10 over 50 for Meridian and Lauderdale County by the Meridian Star and recognized as one of Mississippi's top CEOs in 2021. Meridian Community College has been named one of the best colleges in the country to work for, according to the national research and consulting firm specializing in workplace quality. To know him is to love him. Please welcome our very own president for tonight's comments, Dr. Huebner.
I wrote everything except for to know him is to love him. I mean, tonight is one of my favorite nights of the year. The ceremony is not just about honor cords, certificates, or membership pins. It's about discipline, about persistence. It's about a decision each one of you has already made to pursue excellence when average would have been easier. Phi Theta Kappa represents the highest level of community college scholarship in this country. Nationally, only a small percentage of students meet the academic threshold required for invitation. You have done more than enroll. You have excelled, and that distinction matters. But tonight is not simply a celebration of what you've achieved. It's a recognition of who you are becoming. Community colleges educate nearly half of all the undergraduates, not only in Mississippi, but in the United States. They serve first-generation students, working adults, parents, veterans, people balancing complex, demanding lives. Statistically, the path through the higher education process is not easy. Nationally, fewer than half of the students who begin college complete a bachelor's degree within 6 years. The reasons are many: financial pressures, family responsibilities, work demands, unexpected obstacles. And yet here you are. You've demonstrated perseverance in an environment that demands resilience. Many of you work full-time jobs. Some of you support families. Some of you are the first in your family to step onto a college campus. All of you have faced moments when quitting would have been easier than pushing forward. But you didn't quit. That matters more than you realize. Let me share something I've learned over time. Talent is common. Focus is rare. I've watched students arrive on this campus with extraordinary ability. Some relied primarily on natural intelligence, saying things like, class was never that hard for me. They're smart. Others developed disciplined study habits, structured routines, and intentional goals. Over time, it was rarely raw talent that determined their outcomes. It was sustained, focused efforts. For years, I've had the opportunity to speak to students who were being recruited to play sports in college. I used to start with the question about big goals. Like, tell me what it is you want to do. Tell me where you want to be and what you want to achieve. And they usually would give me answers something like, the NBA, major leagues, or in a former job, the NFL. And then it hit me one day. Everyone has a big dream. Everybody has a goal. And those goals are big and they're huge. And it's not that you're not capable of achieving those goals, but what most lack is the daily discipline to achieve their big dreams. Working hard, getting rest, performing in the classroom, listening carefully to those in the room who've been there. That's the hard part. That's the part where people struggle. Excellence is almost never an accident. It's built through daily decisions, often when no one is watching. To prepare more thoroughly, to revise more carefully, to show up early, to stay late, to ask one more question. Years ago, I met a student who struggled during his first semester. He was capable but unfocused, known many of them. Midway through the year, he made a decision. He mapped out his study schedule down to the hour. He visited tutoring labs every week. He asked instructors for feedback before assignments were due instead of after grades were posted. His GPA rose dramatically. When I asked him what he changed, he said something simple like, "I stopped hoping to do well," he said, and started planning to do well. Hope is powerful, but planning, discipline, and action turn hope into results. Many of you will transfer to universities to complete 4-year degrees. Do not underestimate the preparation you have received at Meridian Community College. You've learned to navigate smaller classes, build meaningful relationships with faculty, and manage real-world responsibilities alongside academic demands. Those are not limitations of your life. Those are advantages to you. Those are advantages that will help you be successful in whatever you choose to do, whatever path you go. Others of you will enter the workforce, skilled professionals, nurses, techs, first responders, advanced manufacturing specialists, welders, linemen, truck drivers, healthcare professionals. You're the backbone of our economy. In many fields, technical credentials lead to stronger earnings and stable careers faster than traditional academic routes. But whichever path you choose, remember this: opportunity rarely announces itself loudly. More often it appears disguised as responsibility. The extra project no one else volunteers for. The internship that pays little but teaches much. The leadership role that stretches your confidence. Say yes to those moments. Say yes to those opportunities because they shape you. They will make you better. I also want to talk about something important tonight. That's service. High achievement can easily become self-focused, grades, resumes, awards, accolades. But the true measure of education is not how far it elevates you personally. It is how effectively you use it to elevate others. If anyone knows me, I often say that you don't have power because of who you are, what you know. You have power because of what you can do for someone else. Community colleges exist because access matters. Someone believed that education should not be reserved for the elite. Someone invested in systems like ours that create opportunities for people willing to work for it. As members of Phi Theta Kappa, you now carry a responsibility beyond personal success. You are examples, whether you intend to be or not. You're role models. Younger siblings are watching. Classmates are watching. Your communities are watching. And when we come to graduation this year, I promise, little babies are going to be awake, and they're going to see mamas and daddies walk across the stage, and they're going to say, "That's my mama." And I get teary when they do, because I know there was sacrifice in that. Sacrifice in that opportunity. People are watching. Service does not require a grand platform. It begins with mentoring a struggling student, volunteering in a local school, coaching a youth team, serving in your church, leading with integrity in your workplace. The most fulfilled people I know share one common trait. They use their competence in service of something larger than themselves. Let me close with a personal reflection. There have been moments in my own career when the path forward was unclear, when the demands of leadership felt heavy and outcomes were uncertain. Being president during COVID was crazy. No other word for it. In those moments, I returned to a simple framework. Focus on what you can control. Tell me if you haven't heard that 1,000 times. You can control your preparation. You can control your attitude. You can control your response to adversity. You cannot control every outcome. But over time, disciplined inputs compound into extraordinary results. Think of your life as a series of small, repeated investments, an extra hour of study each week, a professional certification pursued after work, a difficult conversation handled with maturity instead of avoidance. Individually, those actions may seem small. Collectively, they shape your character and your future. Just last week, I had the opportunity to interview a student as part of an honors project. And one of the things that student, who happens to be sitting in this room, told me was that one of his skills was conflict resolution. I said, huh? And I asked about it. Because how many people your age who are younger and have early on the journey have conflict resolution as part of a skill? And he began to tell me about how a responsibility he had in high school taught him about the importance of resolving conflict. And I thought to myself, we can't teach that. It has to be moments that you capture, things that you see when they happen, and you acknowledge to yourself, I need to step up for this. Tonight you're being inducted into Phi Theta Kappa. That's significant, but I challenge you not to let this moment be the highlight. Let it be the foundation. Continue to persevere when circumstances are tough. Continue to pursue opportunity when it requires risk. Continue to work hard when no one is watching. Continue to focus your efforts where they matter most. And above all, continue to serve others with the gifts you've developed. If you do those things, your impact will extend far beyond transcripts and diplomas and organizational memberships. It will be visible in the lives you influence and the communities you strengthen. On behalf of Meridian Community College, I am very proud of you, not only for what you've achieved, but for the discipline, resilience, character, and achievement that it represents. And I know, because of my experience, having stood at this stage and talked to students for a long time, you're going places, and it's going to be awesome to see you go and get there. Thank you.
Honored President and fellow Phi Theta Kappa members, I am pleased to present to you these candidates for membership into our society. These students have fulfilled all requirements for membership and have been selected because they have chosen scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship as their hallmarks. I recommend them for acceptance into the new Upsilon chapter of Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society of the two-year college. You are about to be inducted into a scholarly fellowship which embraces two-year colleges, not only for your own state, but of the nation and of the world. This fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa, and your chapter is New Upsilon. After induction, you will find among the members an atmosphere of scholarship, to which you must give of yourself in order that the organization may be meaningful to you.
As you can see on the table in front of you, we have a torch, which is symbolic of knowledge, which is the servant of wisdom, which dwells with prudence and leads in the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of judgment. The right rose you see before you symbolizes purity and beauty of life, with its white buds signifying intellectual associations. On the easel, you will see the emblem of Phi Theta Kappa. It consists of a golden slab keyed at the top and bottom. The golden field, like the escutcheon of our coat of arms, refers to the golden opportunities that abound on every hand for society folk to evidence their culture and perform good works. Since gold is the most noble of metals, it shall have a further significance to our society, for it shall represent that nobility attained by those who achieve intellectual leadership. Across the slab, you will observe a black band. It represents the three ideals which band us together, and the cultural self-control, which is the necessary foundation for true wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Shining through the black enamel background are the three Greek letters, which are the initials of those three mystic Greek words, meaning wisdom, aspiration, and purity.
Behind the band is a wreath on the side composed of oak leaves and on the other laurel. The oak leaves stand for stability and strength of character and symbolized by the sturdy oak. The graceful curling leaves of the laurel signify achievement and success, all attributes for membership in our society. Above the band is the representation of the head of Athena, the goddess of learning. In the base appears the mystic Greek letters meaning light, the light of knowledge and learning, the common ideal for members of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. This badge stands as a symbol for high idealism of our organization and membership in our select group.
The purpose of this organization is to foster a spirit of devotion to study and to scholarly ideals among its members, and whose principles are embodied in the Greek letters, which stand for wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Now that the standards and ideals of this organization have been revealed to you, you will complete the pledge which admits you into the complete fellowship. Please stand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly promise to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to make this object and aim foremost in my mind. And I do solemnly pledge allegiance to my fellow members and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors. Please come forward to receive your certificate. Ellie Reed. James Asher Also Brooks. Nigel Jefferson. John Paul Matina. Gavin Thurman. Hayden Parrish. Joshua Calvin Randolph. Annabelle Hodges. Thomas Robinson. Kirsten Miller. Jordan Shelton. Kinley Bowles. Aniston Vance. Addison Hover. Jordan Howells. Marsha Coleman. Lakyla Copens. Latedra Amos. Autumn Hampton. Juliana Veronica Garcia. Emma Wells. Tariana Jeffrey. Glorious Johnson. Hannah Elizabeth Bedingfield. Caitlin Robinson. Madeline Harrington. Brooklyn Johnson. Lacey Walsh. Levi Grader. George Camden Toms. Ridge Brown. Matthew McKinley. Walker Felton Van Meter. John Reed Vineyard. Nate Trocheset. Philip Sharp. Daniel Thompson Sinclair. Major Smith. Caleb McElhaney. Emma Claire Crocker. Yes. Timothy Atkins. Evan Graham. Matthew Jackson. Kaylin Elizabeth Oubre. Jackson Samuel Scott. Samuel Gideon. Graham Riley Jackson. Rain Akumbo. Daniel Espin. Latoya McElroy. Cynthia Palacios. Lillian Zettler. Aniston Joyce Wallace. Amalia Santiago. Taylor Nicole Thompson. And Kayla Elizabeth Pilato. It is my pleasure to welcome you into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society as a member of the new Upsilon chapter. I salute you for your accomplishment, and I encourage you to become active in our chapter's functions. Now we would like to conclude the ceremony with the reading of the Phi Theta Kappa mission statement, which can be found on the back of your program. New and current members, please stand and join me in saying, "The purpose of Phi Theta Kappa shall be to recognize and encourage scholarship among two-year college students. To achieve this purpose, Phi Theta Kappa shall provide opportunity for the development of leadership and service, for an intellectual climate for exchange of ideals, for lively fellowship for scholars, and for stimulation of interest in continuing academic excellence." Thank you. Please be seated. I would now like to welcome one of our advisors, Mrs. Phyllis Holliday, to make some closing remarks.
On behalf of our PTK advisors and officer team, I would like to reflect on a few thoughts that have already been mentioned tonight. We would like to take this time to thank our faculty and staff for their continued support of Phi Theta Kappa. Your invaluable support does not go unnoticed and is greatly appreciated. Congratulations again to each of you new members for your academic success. Keep up the great work. We encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity to continue to grow as leaders and scholars on campus and in the community. We are here to support you through this journey. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions. We are so very proud of your achievements. Thank you again for coming tonight. Please join us for the reception, college transfer fair, and feel free to check out the Courtyard of Scholars around the corner. Have a good night and safe travels. This concludes our program. Thank you.